Hello and welcome to the AI Revolution call. It's Cody here, Cody Willard, Bryce Smith. We work together at 10,000 Days Funds.
And
Our
John,
our boy John DeOliveira seems like it's nuts that we can make videos with a voice prompt from AI generation, but we could not. We're late for the start today because we can't get John's voice synced up with his face. It's a problem.
and it was on three different machines.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, let's hit on some topics. We will tolerate John's delay as long as you guys will. We'll make today's call a little shorter than usual. We've got some good topics to get through. Bryce just stole my mouse.
Just make sure we're live.
And here they are. Johnny, first and foremost, they're not sure. We looked it up today. They don't really know who to give it credit to, but the phrase communism will come to the United States wrapped in an American flag, probably Vladimir Lenin. We now are, the United States government, the Republican Democrat regime has decided that we are going to take stakes in Intel and other companies. We're going to take a revenue share if AMD and NVDA want to sell AI chips to China. John, in what world is it okay that the United States government is now fascist, communist, socialist explicitly, and it's the Republican side that supposedly is not socialist, and they are the ones that have gone complete socialism here. So, John, I think you can tell from my tone, I'm disgusted as usual by the Republican Democrat regime and Trump. And I don't understand how this slippery slope is suddenly real in America.
Okay.
Your thoughts, please. Is this okay?
I'm not going to have thoughts. I thought we were going to talk AI.
What?
I said I don't have thoughts. I thought we were going to talk AI.
All right. You can't cover your mouth if we can't even hear you. You have to move your hand.
You can't hear me?
You
I'm
have
trying
to move your hand.
It's the sync thing. Now you got to see my mouth. It's not in sync.
Yeah, but at least we can read your lips after the fact.
You can't hear me?
We can, but barely. We could not hear what you were saying. You do not have thoughts on the fact that the United States government, under the Republican administration, just took a stake in a private corporation?
I am also potentially dismayed. I did find out that it's not voting shares or having some influence in that respect, but it's about equity that comes back into the treasury.
So it's still fascist, socialist communism, just a slightly variation of it where they don't get to vote this time.
Yes. Right.
Bryce?
Yeah, I mean, there's just the part that's disgusting is it's just becoming more and more of a trend. The Trump administration did it with U.S. Steel, and in that case, they did take a board seat. They call it golden chair or something like that, I think.
I forgot about that one.
And so the Trump administration has no problem interjecting, the national interest where it deems industrial policy requires it. But our industrial policy now is, quickly becoming any kind of deal that Trump seems to think is favorable for the taxpayer. And so it's
right.
It's like, oh, as long as the taxpayer makes money, that's fine. But it's like, that's Trump's view. And I disagree with the whole premise, right? Like, I don't want the taxpayer and I don't want the government picking stocks, right?
Exactly. I mean, the problem always with government power and money is who's watching the watchers. The government then willy-nilly and corrupting dynamics of human nature are always going to make decisions that are politically expedient for them and not good for the people at home or for the corporation or the shareholders or whatever the other stakeholders in this might be. And politics, government power there's an inherent agency problem. It's not their money. It's your money watching. It's John's money. It's my money. It's the taxpayers' money. And now they're like putting that inside of like the incentives inside of Intel today are different than they were a week ago.
Yeah. Now they have to keep their government overlords even more happy.
Right? Was Intel caught?
Bryce, have you heard any I don't watch that cable news bullshit anyway, but have you watched any of it? Have you read anything? Have you read any Republican sycophants, Trump, MAGA people who are like, yeah, go capitalism, freedom? Like, what is the logic here? How did they sell this to the Republicans other than Trump said he should?
Yeah, I don't think they're like ideological reasoning behind it. None that I've heard. No, it's all. I mean, Trump's very like pragmatic and loose with the principles, right? Like, he's not some capitalist ideologue.
No, he's a socialist, just like his lefty socialist Democrats that he's always bashing. Republicans are socialist, Democrats are corporatist, and you're all corrupted. All right, next topic. Let's go with something a little more fun, maybe, Bryce. What happened to our? I got it. Oh yeah, there we go. No, that's not that. That's the link that we don't need there. All right, here we go. No, we lost that other page. All right, one of the other topics was NVIDIA earnings this week. Let's talk some AI stuff. Like the way when Bryce and I started talking about NVIDIA earnings this week, my quick, succinct preview of it was, well, we know that every customer of NVIDIA's chips are buying every chip they can possibly get their hands on at any price that NVIDIA asks them to pay. So you can pretty much assume the numbers are going to be slightly better than expected, and guidance will probably be slightly better than expected. But just like the last 2 or 3 quarters, I don't know, the stock might sell off 3 or 4 or 5% tomorrow. It is at an all-time high, or I mean, within 1% of it. So It's been a hell of a run. We invested in that stock. It was a $30 billion market cap in my personal account 8 years ago, and it's now 3 trillion.
4, isn't it?
3.5, 4 trillion.
Yeah.
I'm like up. I got I think I have $1,000 for every dollar I put in it at this point.
Jeez. 1,000 bagger?
No, it's 100 bagger, 130 bagger or something like that. It's been amazing, but I'll take it. All right, John, thoughts on NVIDIA earnings?
I mean, it's out of my wheelhouse. You know, to talk about I think they're still, everybody loves them. Talk about if there's going to be a substitute, other than China saying they have a substitute and they don't care. But it's like still hearing great things from, Musk talking about XAI and NVIDIA chip, being like better than expected.
Johnny, another topic here that you actually will contribute to if we can hear you. And that would be, have you seen the MIT report? We called it MIT AI FUD when we put it in the intro here. Essentially, MIT says that 95% of all AI projects are not profitable.
Yeah, there's no return on them. They're just a total.
Yeah, I found a good article. About that, calling BS on the whole kind of methodology. And so I can remember what was the reasoning put there. I think I can get better. Not hear the sync. You hear me better. Just let me in the other one.
Johnny, testing.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah. Ish.
All
right, but the AI FUD cycle is back. I mean, people are starting to say it sure feels like even in my Twitter feed that the consensus has shifted to like all things AI are amazing, invest in every AI stock that you can ever find, to now AI was the internet and it's going to crash and it probably isn't even the internet. It's not as good. We've already maxed out on the scaling laws. AI is as good as it can get. ChatGPT 5.0 sucks, which it does, but it's ChatGPT. What do you expect?
Yeah, we talked about last week some, is there a bubble? Is it popping and so forth? And I think we both concluded that there can be some degree of poppage, but it's not it'll be like, 10% or something like that. It's not like everything's going to go down in some big way like previous, like the last bubble or the last two bubbles.
Yeah, I think more than 10%. I mean, we're already, some of these stocks are down 30, 40, 50%. A lot of the recent IPOs have been crushed and they're at new lows. But
the overall industry is down how much?
Exactly. And Google hit, what price did Google hit today?
Almost 211 if it didn't cross 211.
Would that be
new all-time high.
New all-time high? Wait a minute. I thought Google search was doomed. Bryce, thoughts on AI FUD cycle?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like the same in I feel like there's like an analogy to the software deal, like we've been talking about a lot, where it's like AI is so great that it's going to kill all these software companies, but it's also 95% of the projects are unprofitable and a total waste and a total failure. So it's like and NVIDIA is at all-time highs and Google's at all-time highs. And so even though we have this research coming out that is supposedly, put casting doubt on the cycle we're in, it's really not showing up in the fundamentals of most of these companies. In fact, we're seeing the opposite.
Well, and the other thing that I was telling you this morning was I downloaded Madden 26 football game because I was playing Madden 25 for the last year. And when they rolled out 26, people quit playing 25. And I like to play against strangers on the internet and usually get my butt kicked by them. But I went and downloaded the new game and I was sort of excited. Hey, I can't wait to see their AI features. And they're going to have Al Michaels or whoever the commentators that they pay to have the rights to their voices on these games. It's like, oh, it'll be an LLM generative kind of thing where like whatever the play was, it'll watch. And no, they still use the set phrases that they put in that game in 25, 24. I don't know. I didn't play 24, 23, but it's, if you play that game at all, you hear the same comments from the commentators that are announcing the game as you're playing. It's like, oh, he went for a 2-point conversion for the third time. I go for a 2-point conversion every time. And they're like, hey, why does he keep doing that? And it's the same thing that they always say. I thought they were going to come up with some unique shit to talk to me, Bryce. But I've
always had that problem with Madden.
What, going all in?
No, the fact that I'm expecting it to be better the next year, and it's never better the next year. It's they have so much available to them. I don't understand why I guess it's because of the licensing that they don't see any competition. But they never improve the game.
It's gotten a little better. The graphics get better. But John, the point being that it's exactly right. It's like I'm trying to go back to the AI FUD cycle, and so look. The fact of the matter is, I guarantee I will be playing a football video game in 5 years that truly has LLMs generating real-time commentary from real announcers that go in and watch what I'm doing and then comment on it and hopefully are funny and, hopefully you'll be able to change the setting and be like, I would like the shit-talking cycle, not the nice guy cycle. But it's not here yet. And so I have forever been calling for the last 2 years, I've called this the dial-up phase of the AI revolution. And that's yet another underscore of that. It is just obvious that corporate America, mainstream giant corporate America, is not all in on AI yet. In fact, they're just barely starting to get it integrated. And this is a tech company. This isn't Coca-Cola or U.S. Steel owned by the Trump administration. It is an actual technology content company, and they are not taking advantage of the AI revolution that's actually here already that they could be integrated. Mm-hmm. And they will. It's going to. And of course, Elon talks about using Grok to make even like real-time video games in the future. And again, like, why wouldn't someone in 5 years make the perfect, I guess you might have licensing issues to try to do an NFL game, but you can make the perfect football game using coding software, AI software agent things, and make the game. It's going to happen.
The thing that happened 2 weeks ago, Bryce, we were talking about it. Google came out with where you can have kind of endless environment that you go walking through, and it's getting kind of produced immediately.
Yeah, I think
Exactly.
they call it a world model.
And yeah, that's the future. I mean, that's, again, it's happening already. But in 1999, people were actually like trying to send video or MP3 files, Napster, over the internet, and it barely worked, but it sometimes did. And then we were all sitting there going like, eventually we will be like streaming movies on this thing. I did a segment for CNBC in like 2006 where I was did the man on the street stuff. And I went around asking everybody, can they picture the day when they can watch any Seinfeld episode or Super Bowl on demand on the internet? And of course, at the time, everybody's like, you mean like get a DVD? You're like, no, you don't need a DVD to watch something. VHS.
Yeah.
Well, and Netflix started in 1997 with DVDs, yet they were named Netflix. So they already knew what they were going to be doing, right?
That's right. They talked about that in the past. They actually came up with several different business models. They just knew they wanted to make something that would work over the internet.
Really?
They were even like, I think it was a dog food company at one point, and then they were like, all right, we should do content. All right. The other topic, Bryce. Oh, dude, Marvin Minsky, Epstein. Are you aware of this?
Oh yeah, aware of it a long time ago. But I thought it's like just their names together, not like he went to the island and was doing crap. But I don't know.
That would be a mistake. He went to the island too. We just Googled it because I was like, I pulled up my Marvin Minsky book that I bought years ago.
Yeah, I did hear about it a long time ago.
So Marvin Minsky, to give some context here, Marvin Minsky's before Jensen Huang was considered the godfather of AI. Marvin Minsky was pretty much the godfather of AI and the concepts of how you can make it sort of work in this world. And apparently he went to Epstein's island twice. He took money from Epstein for his MIT research lab. And his wife said that there's no way that Marvin slept with any of the girls on the island because she was with him every minute.
I couldn't. Was his wife was there?
That's what she said. She was like, I was with him every minute of every day when we were on the islands. He didn't do anything.
Plus, for no amount of money would anyone have.
Yeah, he never disappeared to go to the bathroom or anything. So no,
he wouldn't have got. Nobody would have gotten with him for any amount of money. So
that I guess is possible. No, literally, Goffin. I don't know how to say her name, but one of the one that's been mainstreamed out talking about being a victim of Epstein's island. She actually said that Epstein paid her to sleep with Minsky explicitly.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that in the thing we just looked up.
Oh,
who said it?
Was it the
What's her name?
No, not Maxwell. Goffrey or whatever the lady. I think did she get
the dead one?
Yeah.
Oh.
She died a few weeks ago, Bryce.
Are you serious?
No, it's a little longer.
A month ago.
I can't look up both.
Got run over by a bus.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
Wow. I don't know. Keep up with all the Epstein.
Yeah, Bryce actually thinks Trump got shot in the ear too. So whatever.
You having a political week there?
Something just popped in my ear. It was a bullet. Oh, these people are dead behind you. Yeah, that was what they do.
He's having a political week, isn't he, Bryce? Did you give him his medication?
I literally got on the cause. Like I shouldn't go on politics
Last
today.
week, John and I are talking about the differences between relational and graph databases, and now we're talking about Epstein's island.
Well, that's not my fault. Minsky, the godfather of AI, came up on the list.
Yeah.
The AI revolution call. We talk about all things AI, whether it's Intel and Trump or Epstein and Minsky.
That's your take on what counts as AI. Okay. Bryce, when can we have a call?
Yeah, we got to wrap up our discussion of PostgreSQL.
Of what?
Postgres.
Yeah.
Let's get on that.
We started buying a new AI stock. We talked about that.
Yeah, tell them.
It's called Twilio. I think, John, we talked about it a little bit last week. Yeah. We went ahead and published our research on it on Trading with Cody, and we're pretty excited about it. Basically, the theory is that they have the core what they call communications platform as a service, and it's a set of APIs that developers can use to tie their apps into the underlying communications infrastructure, so you can send text messages, phone calls, emails, and they're really the de facto standard out there, other than the big hyperscalers, which all offer their own services, but they've kind of entrenched themselves as the core platform. Netflix is a customer, Uber's a customer,
Meta, WhatsApp is a
customer. And so anyways, all of these applications are built on top of Twilio's APIs. And then now with this agentic AI revolution that's happening, there's going to be a proliferation of apps coming down the pike. And so we think the demand for communication services is only going to go up from here. And, the valuation's attractive.
And let's walk people through the logic of what Twilio actually does a little bit better. So, like when you get a text message from Facebook or Trading with Cody or something, it has to be sent through a telecom network. And the telecom networks literally still have physical cross connects that send those bits and bytes over each other's networks. And then they got these inter-exchange contracts that they use to get paid. And so anytime that you send a WhatsApp message, Twilio is getting 1/800th of a penny, probably, something like that. But there's trillions of WhatsApp messages sent a year, and that adds up to billions of dollars over time for Twilio. And one of the other things so whether it's text messages or even phone calls, if you're going to call in and talk to an AI agent at Coca-Cola that's going to help you get your refund or discount or whatever it is, I guess you don't really call Coca-Cola customer service very often.
Not quite.
How about like Wells Fargo?
Right.
Okay.
You call your bank.
When you call your bank, and eventually, instead of talking to some random dude in India, you're going to talk to an LLM that's trained on your data inside of the protocols and rules and everything that JP Morgan, your bank, whoever it might be, has set up. And it will have to get routed to that software that's going to talk to you. Your phone call has to get routed into it at some point. And that's Twilio's APIs are going to enable that connection so that you can hear the LLM talk to them. There's obviously a threat to Twilio if the LLMs themselves can just figure out how for you to hit a button and call them at ChatGPT instead of via an AI.
It's like you've always got this. You got to wonder how vertical these horizontal things like OpenAI, whatever, are going to go. They can go to choose to a certain point and go, oh, we're going to have voice integrated. Yeah, well, they have voice integrated, but not to the point to kind of step on Twilio's toes. And now I was telling Bryce last week about the VAPI, VAPI company that does this conversational stuff. So it's on top of an LLM. It's a great voice conversation, but they have a Twilio has an offering that incorporates VAPI. So it's kind of those things together, delivering the AI.
That's right, and of course, it's not like Twilio is standing still either. They're incorporating AI, and they can go to Anthropic, Meta, Llama, whatever, and actually integrate AI ever more into their systems. They're already trying to figure out how to route the calls and the text messages through the networks, intercross connections, using AI to be ever more effective and efficient in their routing too. So Yeah, we like the idea. Oh, I should have changed that. We'll call this new AI stock for Cody and Bryce, TWLO. So, yeah. And the other thing that we like about it, like, the hardest part of our job right now, Bryce, I'm going to say it's finding stuff at reasonable valuations.
Yeah.
Everything feels stretched. Maybe we're not in a bubble, but I don't like overpaying for businesses based on their potential growth rates. That's what we do all day, every day. We try to figure out companies that the market is not expecting to grow as fast as they really are. Mm-hmm. We want them to be revolutionizing, changing the world, and we want to make sure that the valuation that we're paying leaves us some margin of safety. And Twilio is the cheapest software stock that we could find, but it was actually one of our favorites anyway. And so the more work we've done on this thing, we've gotten really rather excited. What do you think, Bryce? We're about halfway built up as much as we want. We bought about half as much as we want so far over the last week. And we'll probably, if it would come down at all below 100, we'll start to scale in a little more aggressively.
Yeah.
Johnny, have you integrated with Twilio in any of your AI projects?
Yeah, several times.
Yeah. That's what we wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And I think they have a good reputation. We like them. Where I've used them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when in the article I published, we published I asked the Replit agent, I said, hey, I have this app I've built. I would like to integrate communication services. And how should we do that? And, the Replit agent recommended we use the Twilio APIs as the easiest way to get that done. So going back to the idea that it's sort of the de facto standard for that sort of thing.
Yeah. And look, you can go to Amazon Web Services and get a lot of what Twilio would offer you, but it's not agnostic to whatever cloud you want to use whenever you want to use it. And it's not quite as turnkey.
Right.
Doesn't have a complete solution.
Right.
I expect them, based on past reputation, to stay on top of things and to be a partner that companies can integrate with, and expect it to stay, with the cutting edge for the AI that it hooks into.
You mean Twilio, not Amazon?
I'm said Twilio, yeah.
I agree. I mean, and especially given who their customers are, if they're not on the cutting edge and the best product out there, Meta and Netflix and Uber, these companies aren't going to stick around with some second tier product, right? If there's a better offering.
And there's not. Yeah. So, interesting stuff. And any last topics, Johnny or Bryce?
We have a lot of software earnings this week, and we've talked about software a lot on this podcast. And so, we'll be watching some of those closely. There'll be more software earnings in the weeks that follow. But I think this quarter is going to give us a lot of indication of what's really going on in the enterprise software world. I think if we see revenue start to accelerate with some of the winners and the best software companies, I think that could really get things going. Net revenue retention rates go up, indicating that clients are signing more deals. That could be a real catalyst for some of the broader software space in this next week or so, next 2 weeks. But I know, I think Okta's on deck this week. CrowdStrike, I think, is this week. Let's see what else we got.
Yeah, today I thought Intuit reported last week. That's off, man. These AIs have got to quit hallucinating.
Yeah, no joke.
Anyway, Box, Mongo Database, Okta, Encino, CrowdStrike, Snowflake. Yeah, that is a lot. Autodesk, SentinelOne. So, yeah, it will be interesting. Some of these companies are positioned to benefit from an AI acceleration, and some of them probably would hope that the AI acceleration doesn't kill their business.
Yeah. I was just reading an article in the information earlier, and they were just interviewed some folks in Silicon Valley and startups and legacy companies. And I think the general attitude, it seems to be like paranoia. from the top to the bottom. Even Meta's CEO Mark Zuckerberg, like everyone is a little bit unsure of how this is all going to shake out, and they're full steam ahead, and it's exciting. But at the same time, it's moving so fast. Nobody can really predict exactly what's going to happen. So it's an exciting place to be.
Johnny?
Of the ones you were just naming, are you in any of those?
No.
Was one of them you said Snowflake?
Correct.
I'm interested in what happens to them because just like you just said, they can either take advantage of it or be run over by it.
No, that's right. I thought we might want to get some Paranoia Will Destroy You music. You know the song, Johnny?
Yes. Is this the theme of this particular earnings week or of the bubble?
Bryce said the theme was paranoia, so I was like, let's get some Paranoia Will Destroy You, and immediately I thought of the Kings because, Ray Davies. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if the chord progression underneath it is like
will destroy you.
I think the
Hello,
I love you. Won't you give me your hello? I love you. Won't you tell me your name has a similar chord progression under it?
I believe that the Doors might have done that. They probably stole it from the Kinks.
Maybe that's how much I have to contribute. Sorry.
That's all right. We like we don't really like the Doors, do we?
The Doors?
Do you know the Doors?
Mm-hmm.
Jim Morrison?
No.
Mojo. What is it? Mr. Mojo Rising. That's Jim Morrison spelled differently. You don't know any of this? Dude, I'm going to make you listen. We're going to be listening to the Doors the rest of the day in my office.
Yeah, you need to
I don't really like the Doors anymore.
You still need to educate over there.
Yeah, I do. I educate him on the old rock and roll, and he plays me bad modern country rock.
Cody likes it.
I do, actually. I like about half the songs he plays me. That might be more than higher ratio than he's got on my songs, though. Yeah. So I was playing him some Velvet Underground today. Lou Reed, basic, simplistic music. It's wonderful.
I'm trying to think who said, there's the new Musk, was it yesterday, coming out with his competition to Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
Called Macro Hard.
I saw that.
But what he's basically saying is that software companies don't have any physical thing they have to worry about creating. So you ought to be able to simulate the entire company, every department, how they communicate with each other, what they make. So he's thinking of it. It's kind of a moonshot, but it's like you could go make a new company like that. And it could be like $1 billion software company without any people.
$1 trillion. I mean, truly, you could have $1 trillion business out of this. Microsoft market cap $3 or $4 trillion. And Bryce and I have been saying for a year, Bryce initially put this thought in my head, I love it, that Microsoft operating system, the Windows operating system, is a bigger threat from the AI revolution than Google search. And the reason why is exactly sort of what we're describing. It's like you don't need a Windows machine operating system if you're where are your Meta glasses? If you're using your Meta glasses, can I put them on?
Yeah.
To talk to the computers and interface and even eventually program new. I sort of look like who was the Kurt Rambis. I look a little bit like Kurt Rambis. I put some tape right here. You guys, basketball player, Lakers, late 70s, early.
No. Got us both on that one.
My bad. People watching, if you know who Kurt Rambis is, I'd appreciate a little support in the chat. In the chat. I wouldn't mind you saying, yeah, of course we know who Kurt Rambis is. Superman. He was hilarious. He averaged 1.8 points per game for like 9 years in a row. But he got to play because he was a bruiser and a rebounder. Yeah.
He wore glasses.
He had a voice just like John's today. Booming, deep voice.
It's technical difficulty.
Technical difficulty. Yeah, but Bryce, tell them about your Metaglass experience over the last week. You started playing with these things again, right?
Yeah, so I was cleaning out my house and I found an old pair I had. They used to be called Stories, Meta Stories. And anyways, they were just basically camera function. And so I was playing around with them like, oh, they're really neat. I want to try the new ones. So I ordered these. They're the actual Meta AI glasses, which are the current version. And they're incredible. I mean, they've got, I love it for phone calls. Like especially, I ride horses a lot. And so if I'm outside, you can do phone calls hand-free and obviously take videos while you're doing things. And then, they've got the Meta AI built into them. So you can just talk to them about anything.
Like what? Ask it something.
Hey, Meta, what do you think about NVIDIA's earnings this week? We can't hear it.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it either.
Oh.
Hey, Meta, what do you think about John D. Oliveira?
Just to be clear.
John D. Oliveira is a mortgage officer at Fairfield, Connecticut. He does FHA loans for people. That might be the wrong John D. Oliveira, Meta.
Yeah, but you could tell to take a picture of John.
Hey, Meta, take a picture. Bam, what's up? No, it's great. Bryce, Bryce and I are going on a 3-week trip starting in 2 weeks from yesterday. We will be London, Guernsey, London, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Hong Kong. And you need to wear these and take pictures.
Yeah, well.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Just record the whole trip. That's another point, though. The fact that you can't record a week's worth of 24-hour 8K live stream because memory.
Right.
Memory's a pure commodity. That eventually you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, these can only record 3 minutes at a time.
One thing to know about those glasses, because you might think it does it, but it doesn't, is you can't. It's not showing you stuff in the a display.
Not yet, though, right? I mean, that's one of the things that Zuckerberg showed off about a year ago. A new technology where you're going to be able to see out the glasses if you want, but it'll sort of like haze over and actually be a display for you if you'd prefer.
Yeah, or not haze over and be a overlay kind of thing.
Yeah, overlay. That's right. Yeah, an augmented reality thing.
The rumor is that the initial version is coming out like next month. Not with the full thing of what they displayed, but they're going to have basically an upgraded version of these with a screen. That so you can see like text messages or like maybe a Google search or something on your
next month.
Yeah, there was an article in the TechCrunch last week where they detailed, and it's going to be like $1,000, I think, is what the speculation is.
I've still got my Google glasses from 10 years ago that I could watch. I used to watch AC/DC music videos on them.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool. But it was a tiny little thing.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how big the screen's going to be, but yeah, it's not going to have the full hologram thing.
Yet, I've searched for update. Like I've been trying to find like the coolest pair of AI goggle glasses things that have display in them. And there's a lot of ads that I found, and they all look like crap except for these. They all don't look like.
So Google's got one coming out.
Right? Well, they did years ago. Do they have one now?
They say that Google may have just killed the Ray-Ban Meta with its new smart glasses featuring integrated screens, offering visuals like maps and live translation and imagery and.
Very cool.
Yeah, these are supposed to do like live translation of like 10 languages or something.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's cool. And then Apple, of course, has got their $18 billion per unit. What's not Oculus? What do they call theirs?
Vision Pro.
Vision Pro.
That got canceled. The Vision Pro.
The Vision Pro.
They still show it in their Apple stores, but it was canned.
I have not heard that. Vision Pro canned. Let's see what Google says.
The device has not been discontinued.
It says it has not, Johnny.
Not been formally canceled, but Apple has significantly reduced production.
Now that is absolutely. They were
They
like,
stopped producing the current model completely due to weak demand. That was by the end of 24, so probably already is.
Cody and I made a bet about how many Vision Pro units would ship when it came out. And Cody won that bet. I won't tell you how many I thought were going to ship, but Cody took the under, and he was right.
Yeah, John.
Yeah,
So-
he picked the under.
Bryce was very confident in the Apple Pro when he saw the demo.
I think it's
And I
under
was like,
1,000,
bro,
right?
It's got a battery pack dongle hanging off the side. You can't wear that shit anywhere.
Mm.
And so anyways, I don't remember how much we bet on that, but I definitely lost. But I thought of a new bet, and the bet to double or nothing, which gets discontinued first, the Vision Pro or the Cybertruck?
Oh, I knew you were going signing. I knew.
Well, Vision Pro's already. So
There's that self-flagellation that Bryce is doing from my perspective. So for the last 3, 4, 5 years since they announced the Cybertruck, I have been predicting that it would be the greatest selling vehicle of all time before it was all said and done. And now I'm actually sort of hoping that they just cancel the Cybertruck, because then mine's a collector's model.
why do you think it didn't take off?
Well, it's complicated, but number one, Republican cowboys who drive pickup trucks and stuff, they're brainwashed into hating electric vehicles, and none of them will even get in one, much less test drive one. Number two, it is such a different looking model that you probably needed to do a little bit of advertising and marketing and hyping it and trying to make it cool for people. And then, just
It's more expensive than originally predicted, right?
yeah, it's more expensive. I thought it was going to be 50 for the low end, and it's really like 65 for the low end. But even that, it's like the same price as a decent F-150 if you're buying it new.
Yeah.
I really think I truly love my Cybertruck. I think it is the greatest vehicle I've ever owned, and certainly for the price I paid for it, $80,000. I fucking love that thing. I think it's it's so comfortable. It's bulletproof. I can run over fences. It's big inside. It's a full bed in the back. It's got a trunk in the back. I keep my golf clubs in the front. The stereo is sick. It's amazing vehicle, but nobody's even been in one. Elon, for all of his genius, he really just doesn't think he needs to advertise because he makes a better product than everybody else.
You know what?
And it usually works, but this one didn't.
You know what the last stainless steel vehicle was that people really liked, but it didn't do great?
DeLorean.
The DeLorean. Yeah.
Which, the Cybertruck is sort of a pickup truck version of the DeLorean in its looks, at least.
Yeah. I do like your truck. But they're just not.
Can you imagine any of your cowboy friends ever considering even test driving a Cybertruck?
No, but I do know there was a social media barrel racer girl, and she bought one and had it modified so she could pull her trailer and stuff around and put it on TikTok. But yeah, so there's been a few instances of rodeo cowboys.
I was not aware.
Yeah.
That actually makes my heart very happy.
Yeah, I'll show you. Her name is Fallon Taylor. So
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
But John, it is, I will say, I still am shocked that people have some sort of affinity for gas powered cars. People literally around here are I would never have an electric vehicle. My dad says we're a ICE family. We're a Ford family. We'll never own a Tesla. And then I give these kids a ride in any of my Teslas, and they're immediately like, well, shit. I didn't know it was that much better. And then all the kids love them, but their parents are never going to buy a Cybertruck. Yeah. And you give cowboys rides in your Model 3 and they love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody that gets in my number Model 3 really is impressed. And the full self-driving just blows people's minds. They can't get their heads wrapped around it.
Yeah. To this day, I never give anyone a ride with the full self-driving that they aren't floored.
Yeah.
And not like.
Which that can also happen in the Model S.
That it can.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I was wrong. The Cybertruck will not be the greatest selling vehicle of all time. Let me go ahead and.
How about the Model 2?
You know, John, Elon's skating towards the cyber taxi, so the cyber taxi might be there might be more cyber taxis produced than any other car ever in history by the time another 10, 15, 20 years goes by, but they're not selling those, at least initially. I mean, eventually you might be able to buy a fleet.
Making a fleet
or something. But yeah, they're making a fleet, and so it'll be, Tesla owned fleet with those cyber taxis, and that's where the puck is going. I mean, if you're a cowboy, you really ought to try the Cybertruck. I think you would love it if you were working a ranch or doing.
I mixed up and thought the Model 2 was going to be the cyber taxi at some point, that they were making it as like a Model 2 without a wheel.
That's the cyber taxi.
Okay, so it is. Yeah. And are they going to make Model 2s that people can buy that have a wheel?
Not initially. Maybe, never say never, but yeah. I mean, initially it's just going to be, made to be a robotaxi.
They are talking about a lower cost
car. I thought they were going to
they were talking about a lower cost vehicle coming out like later this year or something like that.
But Elon said it's just going to be a Model Y that's, cheapened up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cheaper seats, cheaper components, cheaper everything. And frankly, I'll be on record right now. I don't actually think that's happening.
Yeah.
I don't think they're rolling out the cheaper.
They said it initially was going to come out in the first half of the year. That didn't happen. And so then they said, well, with the EV tax credit was expiring and we wanted to sell through the inventory that we've already produced, not worry about making a new model that doesn't qualify for the EV tax credit. So that's the last we heard.
But I mean, the valuation creation that you will get by making a full self-driving robo-taxi fleet operating 24/7 365 around the world eventually is you could never sell enough cheap cars to consumers to match the valuation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never really understood the analysts who have been so impatient with bated breath for the new $25,000 Model 2 or whatever they were going to call that Tesla. They've been waiting for that for 2 years. And I'm like, it's fine if they do that, but like, we're not in Tesla for the Model 2 or the Model 3. We're in Tesla at a $1 trillion valuation for 2 reasons. Full self-driving, robots. Those 2 things.
And it's expanded twice, this area within Austin.
Maybe she forgot.
What?
It's expanded its area twice already within Austin. It's like,
yeah,
it looks like an erect penis now.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
It was intentional.
Am I not allowed to say that part out loud? I'm not doing any
Probably it
science.
depends on the audience.
All right.
Depends on if we want to expand the audience.
Yeah, but no, they're going to New York, Atlanta, San Francisco, and one other city by the end of the year. Yeah, impending.
Yeah, maybe.
Call it over the next 6 to 9 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Waymo recently put their first test cars in New York. Yeah. So
I saw one and
did you see one?
I kicked it and I splashed paint over the top and vandalized it.
Yeah.
I saw a good review from a YouTuber who went to Austin and tried both the Waymo and the full self-driving RoboCab. And it was nice because he's not on Team Tesla or Team Waymo. And he was like, they're both pretty incredible. And he actually did say that the Tesla felt like a little more natural and like a little more aggressive. And I know like as an FSD owner that it can be aggressive sometimes and cut people off and things. But it's trained on human data,
As a person who really developed their driving skills in New York City over 15 years, I've never once thought that full self-driving was aggressive enough.
Yeah. But the reason I brought that up is that he was sort of like, there's this Waymo versus Tesla cult thing on Twitter, you know, sort of like Android, iPhone,
Coke
Mac,
and Pepsi.
Apple,
Coke and
I don't
Pepsi.
know, you know, and so at the end, I mean, it's kind of fun and games, but like at the end of the day, there's room for more than one solution out there. I mean, I think there are fundamental differences between Waymo and Tesla, but like, I don't think you have to hate Waymo if you like Tesla or vice versa.
You have to hate Uber if you like Tesla.
It depends on who you're invested in.
Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah.
That determines who you
I
hate.
have,
You have to hate Trump if you like Elon,
Yeah.
except when you hate Biden because you like Elon.
Bryce, control him.
that's way above my pay grade.
It ain't nobody's pay grade. I can't control myself, Johnny. It's a nightmare over here.
I know it. All right. Well,
All right,
got nothing
Johnny,
else.
last words, your thoughts. I appreciate you doing this with us every week. I am sorry that you sound like a 7'2" center from 1979 who played for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Wait,
But
let me suck some helium. Okay, now how do I sound? No, I gotta find the right. Is it right about here? I gotta find the
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah,
better.
that sounds like
That
you.
almost sounds like you.
Okay, I'll just stay up here.
Yeah,
That's John. There he is.
Johnny, last words.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else while I'm just trying to keep my voice in the right place. But anyway, I blame StreamYard.
Yeah.
I think there should be an AI program that fixes your voice. I mean, how hard could this be?
Yeah.
Bryce,
Hey,
last word.
is SpaceX taking off in an hour and a half?
Oh, they were supposed to last night, and then it got suspended. I haven't
No, but it
looked
got scrubbed till today. But they're lined up again for
Oh, great. Yeah, I didn't know that.
6:30 Central.
Cool.
Yeah. Bryce, last words.
I'm gonna say long software this week and next week. That's my last word.
All right.
If I was gonna do a thematic macro bet, I would do that.
Total.
For 2 weeks?
For 2 weeks, yeah.
Damn, that is some swing trading, you can call that?
No, I
Total
think that's
the
just
software.
thematic.
Total.
Yeah. Yeah, go long XSW. No, I'm just kidding.
Hold
That's
on
not
for
a
dear
trade.
life.
That's not a trade recommendation. That's just.
Yeah, our job is to find the companies, not the ETF.
I like the idea of doing thematic trades, though.
Start a hedge fund that does that.
Yeah.
Bryce. My last word is Cybertruck.
Good word.
No, Cybertruck.
See ya.